morning, some of it's good evening, well, for us, it's good afternoon.
It is good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon, Lorraine. How you doing?
I am doing fabulous. Just like all you guys out there in the internet land. I don't know.
No,
it's more than just Facebook.
Yeah. So just so you know, everyone, the phones. We've got 2 phones here, and these phones are on TikTok and Instagram. And then anybody that's got questions on Rumble, YouTube, X, Doc of Detox, Telegram, okay, and Facebook. I will be getting your questions here. And welcome. We are in Ixtapazi, Watanago, okay? And we run the World Healing and Training Center down here, which is a 5-star retreat. And it's a 5-star, okay? And you want to check that out at DOD, number 5, DOD5star.com. And you'll find out that we do 6 personal treatment and trainings, and we do healings. And understand something, you can heal from anything, and it's pretty dang close. And the only reason why you can't is because you've got limited beliefs, and you've got a practitioner with limited beliefs, and you've got a doctor with limited beliefs, because everybody has limited beliefs when it comes to healing. They all forgot who created us.
That's right.
And isn't that something?
You know, we get a cut, and we don't question its ability to heal. It's everything else we question. Why would it make a difference whether it's a cut or a tumor?
And nobody's going to keep an eye on it for you, okay? So I just want to say this, everyone. Welcome to the Pelvic Restoration for Men and Women. And you've got me this week. And next week, you're going to be with the brilliant Simran. And she'll be coming to you from Barrie, Ontario, Canada. And she's one of our master trainers. And she teaches the Pelvic Restoration course with Lorraine.
For women.
For women.
Yeah.
We don't do a master class for women, for men, because they wouldn't come, okay? They wouldn't come. And the problem is there's a lot of men have pelvic problems and they can't come anymore.
There you go.
And that's the truth. Okay,
go.
but they wouldn't come to our class, which is a 3-day class, because they don't want to be embarrassed, because everybody's manlyhood is like, whoa, untouchable, untalkable, but we can talk on here. So if you've got a question, anybody, you men, you can say, hi, my name's Harriet, and I'm calling about my husband. Just pretend, okay? Whatever you want to do. But let me tell you this much, you men. Guess what? Does anybody know out there, what is the fastest growing cancer? Bowel.
Thank you.
What's the fastest growing cancer in men?
Bowel.
Rectal.
Rectal.
That's right, because they can't let go of their own SH. Okay? They can't on a physical and emotional level. Men have a stick up their
butt.
That's right. And that's the God's truth. Men do have a stick up their butt. Did you ever notice how they won't change? Okay? Right? Yeah. Well, we got to learn to, you know what? You better love change, because it's coming. And you know what? You better open up, men, and listen to your women, okay? All right? And here's the deal. So how many people know this? Okay. In the last 5 years, prostate cancer has risen 40%.
Yeah.
Does anybody know something? They are stating the way it's growing that prostate cancer will rise 400% minimum by 2030.
That's not far off.
Okay, are you ready for this? Okay, 50% of the population is infertile. Okay, and it's even going to become more because of blue light poisoning, the chemtrails, all the pesticides, herbicides, genocides. Okay, and the reality is this. Okay, the phone in your pocket, leaving the Wi-Fi on all night. Okay, those swimmers are drowning in electronic smog, okay? And understand something right now. People are going to go, oh man, whatever happened to me? Well, you can't fall asleep at the wheel anymore, can you?
Exactly. We are at that tipping point. You know, we have never been in such a big health prices in this world ever than what we are right now.
Do you know what I read last night? There's a new stat for women. 65% of all women are dripping in their urine throughout the day. It was 47 the last time they did a stat on it. 65. That means only 35% of the women, okay, their bladder's working properly and they're not dripping. Now they're dripping out of into their panties because guess what? The valve is actually calcifying it just like a valve would rust, and you can't turn it off, right?
Yeah.
And so it's drip, drip, drip. And guess what? Talking about drip, 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 did anybody notice the whole aisle of Depends in Costco now? It's one whole aisle. So guess what? Those of you that felt left out, it doesn't matter if you weigh 300 pounds. It doesn't matter if you weigh 150 pounds. It doesn't matter what age you are or how big you are. You get to wear your own very own diaper. You can actually pee and poo in your pants as much as you want now. I'm going to tell you something right now. They have taught us to become victims. And you know what they say? That we're low vibrational, what are we?
Useless eaters.
Useless eaters. No, they programmed us to be that way. You know what? It's like this. I'm going to program Lorraine to disrespect herself and believe that she is unworthy. And this is what these psychos have done. This is what the government does. This is what a lot of religions do. I didn't say all of them, did I?
No.
So maybe yours isn't. But I'm going to say it. Most of the systems out there are trying to what? Control people?
And bring us
belittle
down.
people?
Keep us down.
Yeah.
On our knees.
Yeah. And you know, the day that you actually want to rise and fly, first love yourself, it's going to happen. Okay? Joanne, greetings from Nova Scotia. Hi, how you doing? Sonia, hello. Lorraine and Daryl, hello back.
Yeah, hi.
Okay, so that's it for the questions. Most people don't have questions because most people don't question. They believe that a doctor is an authority, okay, over them. Okay, don't worry, we'll keep an eye on it for you. Does your doctor live behind your toilet or under your bed or in your closet? Please tell me which one. And when they say they'll keep an eye on it, they're going to have you come back in a month or so and find out if that fibroid, that tumor has grown, or if that hip is more calcified and scar tissue until it gets to a point that you get your surgery. All right? And none of this has to happen. We can reverse all of these things, and we can with Cellsonic, Cardio MedBed, Wolf Non-Surgical. But the main thing is you creating a perfect day and learning how to love and respect yourself and those 500 trillion cells that you have.
Yeah, what if your body really did know how to heal when it got what it needed? The problem is we're not giving the body what it needs. And in this day and age, we are so toxic, even if we were, the body wouldn't be getting it. So we've got to make some changes. So looking at the perfect day consultation would be an awesome idea. If you didn't want to spend the $150 to get a consultation,
oh my God, please.
Download.
If you don't want to spend the $150 to get an hour consultation and then get lifetime telephone support, seriously? Is that what you're worth? No. You know what? No, I'm done. You know, it's a good thing that I don't have any bad habits and that I don't spend hardly any money on myself because we live in Mexico and we get all the organic food we want, all the juicing we want at about 20% of the cost of Canada.
For sure.
And United States.
Yeah.
Okay, and it is 20%.
And it's fresh.
And there's no GMOs, there's no chemtrails, there's no 5G, and there'll never be any 5G here. Did you know that? Oh my God. Yeah, so guess what? I'm supposedly living in a third world country. I think you are.
Yeah.
Canada's a third world country. United States, there's a lot of places that's a third world country. If you can't get fresh food, okay, if you can't get fresh food and if you don't have your freedom,
what do you have?
I think you're the third world country. The reality is this, I'm not picking on anyone, but you better stand up for yourself and there is no authority over you, and you better find the farmer that's going to feed you right, okay? Or you better start taking that lawn of yours and making it into a food forest abundance, like Contact Food Forest Abundance. Check into Jim Gale, okay?
Yeah, and start looking after yourself and your family. You know, if you only have a balcony, use the balcony. Glass it off somehow if you're in Canada, so you can keep the heat in. And start doing what you can do. Even if you just got a little sprouter and we're eating sprouts daily, sprouts are very, very high vibration.
Well, first of all, you can eat protein, animal protein, or you can eat amino acids. But all animal protein has to be broken down into amino acids. The body cannot absorb protein. We have to break it down. Whether you eat animal protein or you have beans and lentils, you're going to have that enough energy to break them down. So that means you must chew your food or it'll chew you. And otherwise it'll rot in you. And the reality is that sprouts do, but you need more than sprouts.
Yeah.
But you know what? I do a lot of juicing. Like I've done already today, what I've done today, I've already done 4 quarts today.
Wow.
I did, first thing this morning, I did 1 quart of structured, warm to hot water. It had black diamond, it had black gold in it. Okay, no, it had black diamond in it, and it had Beyond Ormus minerals in it. Now, before I did that, I did my Merigen. I always do Merigen once a day. Merigen is how you keep the strongest bones. You know, you'll have the bone structure of a 25-year-old when you're 95. That's what happens when you're on Merigen. If you don't believe me, go to the calcium ion therapy guide in my library at Doc of Detox, and I'll give you all the science to prove that the only true calcium product in the world is called calcium ion therapy, and the rest aren't. It's not true. They can't even prove it. When somebody says to you that I sell a product that is calcium ions, well, they might. It might go through your stomach, but it doesn't go into your tissues and put the calcium back into the bones and decalcify where you have been calcified because of the inflammation, to try to buffer down the acid in your body so you didn't get cancer. That's why, believe it or not, you know, you're going to have great bones all your life if you were to eat like I eat. But I still do Merigen because it delivers calcium ions, which is the only product in the world, real calcium ions, and it does over 120,000 hormonal and chemical jobs every second.
Wow, and that's a lot.
That's a lot.
And there's a lot of people out there right now that have a lot of hormone problems. I mean, we are seeing couples that
Hormone problems are caused because of inflammation, and that creates acidity, and that's why you have a hormone problem. You don't have a hormone problem because you need to balance your hormones. You have a hormone problems because you're not balanced, your pH. If your pH was balanced, you'd never have a hormone problem. If your pH was balanced and you did infinite iodine or iodide. True story.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And the black gold and the black diamond, they're also both going to help with balancing your hormones, balancing your metabolism, helping you build muscle. The black gold repairs the tissue of the gut lining, and it also delivers good bacteria. I mean, good nutrition to the good bacteria, so you don't have to be taking any probiotics or prebiotics when you're using black gold, because it's supplying what your body needs to build those good bacteria that your mother gave you.
So you know what I want to do today? I want to talk about the domino effect of pelvic rot. Okay?
Okay.
So I'm going to tell my little story. If you want to go watch the masterclass on this, it's called The Domino Effect of Healthy Living. Like there is that. And it's actually a video masterclass. I've got more masterclasses in my library than anybody else, and they're free. If you go into my library, go watch The Domino Effect. I'm going to go through it more later today. But if you want to understand why the large intestine is the holy grail of healing, and why, well, let's put it this way. I'll tell you in 1 second. First, I just want to say hello to Clarissa, who lives in North Carolina. And then I'd like to say hello to Donna, okay? And Donna made a pot of beans today. Make sure that you cook them really well, okay? Or you'll have the only real true virus that's ever existed, and that's called gas ass, okay?
Exactly.
Okay, here we go. Okay, so just so you know, there was this story, right? And where the brain goes, I'm in charge. Okay, I make all the decisions, right? And then there was the liver goes, no, I'm in charge. I purify the blood. If it wasn't for me, I do over 300 jobs. Okay, I also make the bile for the gallbladder. Oh, and then guess what? The kidneys go, I'm in charge. Don't kid me, the kidney said. I'm in charge. I purify all the liquids, okay, that come out of the body. No, the lymph system says, no, I move the lymph. There's only eight pints of blood, but there's 12 quarts of lymph in a human being. So I'm way more responsible, and I move out all the heavy duty toxins, okay? All right, and the skin goes, no, if it wasn't for me, everything would be falling out. Everything's kept in place, and I'm the largest organ in the human body, okay? And then the large intestine says, oh, I guess I'll just shut up then. You don't want that happening, and guess what? For most of you, you think you have good bowel movements, you don't. No. 99 out of 100 of you don't. And understand, I don't have a parasite in my body except a good one. And understand, I know how to do it. And for those of you who do parasite cleanses and you can't seem to get rid of them, that's because you got issues in your tissues. You've got to bring up your vibration on an emotional and physical level. If you actually had a perfect day, you would never have to worry about parasites, never have to worry about disease, never have to worry about negative symptoms, never have to worry about lack of energy. How about that? How about that? How about the whole healthcare system is full of you know what? Full of it. How about this? I'm telling you that medical doctors are not healthcare practitioners at all. They're not in healthcare. They're in emergency care. Leave that alone, Daryl. But they do save lives, but guess what? They take a lot more. They're the third leading cause of death in North America and Canada. Do your homework. I'm not trying to pick on them, but they might want to take a look at why they are third. Okay? You don't even want to be in that race. Next thing. Most natural health practitioners still believe in water fasting. You can't do that. You have to do advanced water fasting or you'll rip the person's face off. You can even make them in worse condition. Most people are still just doing coffee enemas. You can't do that because 99% of the population has leaky gut. And if you've got leaky gut and you're dumping those toxins from the liver, the large intestine's like a screen door in a submarine, you're taking those toxins and guess what? Where are they going?
Back in.
They're going right back into your pelvis and it's like a pelvic bowl and you're filling yourself up with the worst toxins that your liver has been trying to lock down. And this is why you got to do an ultimate coffee enema. I'm going to let Lorraine talk about the ultimate coffee enema when we're done, okay? Now, the next thing is the large intestine is 85% of your immune system. The large intestine, okay, talks to the brain 9 times where the brain only talks 1 time to the body for every 9 that it talks because the good bacteria or otherwise your bacteria give messages. Hey, let me ask you a question. So we're supposed to have 15% good bacteria, 85% bad bacteria, but how many people know, ready for this, that over 90% of the population has 85% bad bacteria and only 15% good? How many people know that bacteria actually communicate and all the communication from the bacteria goes into the coccyx, which is the top part of the bottom part of the spine, and goes and enters, the information enters through the nervous system, ready for this? Bet you weren't told this, into your spinal fluid. All that information, it gets collected in the pelvic bowl area, all the information, and it goes up into the coccyx, into the spinal fluid, and the spinal fluid carries more communication and more information than anything else in your body, and it carries it to the brain to tell the brain what to actually do. So we already know who's in charge, don't we? So it goes and tells the brain what to do, what hormones to send, what chemicals to send, hormones, chemicals, what messages to send, where to balance out the temperature. Are you with me here yet? Okay, where to shut things down, where to open things up. This is amazing, isn't it? So now we know that all that information goes to the brain, but what did I just tell you? The majority of the population have 85% bad bacteria and only 15% good bacteria, which means 85% bad bacteria. Guess what? Ready for this? Bad moods and bad foods create bad bacteria. Bad moods, bad foods create bad bacteria. Bad moods, bad foods create bad bacteria. Bad moods, bad foods create bad bacteria. Why? Because you're either digesting or you're rotting out. You heard what I said. Be nice, Daryl. Say putrefying. Well, then you wouldn't know what that means, and it also doesn't say anything. Because the reality is, if your bowel movements stink, if your armpits stink, if you've got halitosis, you're not just rotting out, but you're full of worms. Okay? All right? If you've got eczema or psoriasis, you're full of fungus. Are you with me? If you've got toe fungus, then you're in a precancer state. If you've got gallstones, you're in a precancer state. If you've got kidney stones, you're in a precancer state. If you've got calcium stones in your breast, you're in a precancer state, and nobody's going to challenge me. Because what is the one thing that we find just before somebody gets cancer? Calcium deposits in that area. Because the calcium was pulled from the bones in that area so far and so hard and so fast to try to do one-ditch effort to try to bring down the pH so it didn't become so acidic that we lose 35% of the oxygen in those cells, that now the cells have to morph into something that will live off of sugar and lactic acid. And God knows anybody that's in that state has been doing a lot of sugar. I just love how people say, no, I don't eat bad. Really? Then how do you have a disease? I don't think bad. I really do love myself. Then why do you have a disease? Because people who love themselves and know how to care for themselves and create a perfect day, they're not sick, are they?
They are not.
They're not. So you can take it or leave it. I would love someone to come on and challenge me about this. It's not true. There's no way. God created the most amazing thing called a human being, and now most of them are human doings. And guess what? You know what? Go walk through a grocery store and find that only 3% of the products there are edible. 3. Go into a health food store, only 30% are edible. And the reality is, who's eating all of these? Well, how about the majority of the population?
That's true. We've got to really start looking at what we're putting in. If it's not high vibrational, it shouldn't be going in.
No,
You know?
and we're talking about, and if they're not high vibrational, you shouldn't be letting them in.
Exactly.
Relatives or not. Seriously? Okay, I can handle the relatives that all they want to do is talk about the drugs they're on and the disease they have that was passed down by grandpa and grandma for only so long, and then I need a barf bag, okay? Why? Because I need therapeutic vomiting, because I'm not going to swallow that stuff.
Exactly. So learning how to do that is a really good thing to know. So
What's that?
Therapeutic vomiting.
Yeah, because especially if your relatives come over a lot. Oh my God, you live with your relatives.
I do. I do. Yeah. But yeah, learning how to do that and do it properly so that you're not getting all of that acidity coming up. So in the Water Fast Guide, there is information on how you can do the therapeutic vomiting.
So anyway, so here's the deal. Let me just ask you a couple questions. First of all, does anybody know where 85% of all pain takes place in the human body? Do you?
Large intestine?
In the lower quadrant of the abdomen.
Yeah.
And do you know the only time that you have pain in the upper quadrant of the abdomen?
It's gotten very worse.
No, because you've got gas ass. Because what happens is hot air rises.
Right.
And when the hot air rises, it pushes pressure on your lungs and it pushes pressure on your heart. I mean, how many people know here that over 90% of the people that are rushed to the hospital that have a heart attack, it's only a fart attack. It's just a fart attack. Okay, you don't believe me? Why don't you ask? Why don't you ask? Oh my God, we rushed him to the hospital and they said that he just had pressure on his heart or anxiety. What he had was he had gas ass. So the gas comes up and puts pressure on this area, and then he has anxiety.
Yeah, so we've got to, take back
Hey.
take back our God-given power.
Take back the farm. How many people have gone to the farm? Have you ever gone to a farm? Did you ever see it back in the barn? At the back of the barn, what is there?
A manure pile, a big one.
And guess what? Are you ready for this? I hope you're ready for this. 95% of the population have their own manure pile.
Living with
I know what I'm talking about. That's the only condition that's knocking everybody off. I hope you know that. Okay, so here it is. Diabetes is going to be the main thing that takes so many people down. All these people that are overweight and everybody's saying, be proud, be big, be beautiful, be proud.
Yeah.
They're
Beautiful.
diabetic. They've got high blood pressure. They're actually rotting out in their pelvis. What do you think that they're going to make it? You know, corporations, how many different types of things have corporations tried to make us buy, right? Men can have children, right? Being absolutely big and way overweight is a beautiful thing. Don't let anybody put it down. Just keep getting bigger. I'm not trying to pick on anyone because guess what? You are all my brothers and sisters. We were created by the same creator. But understand, I'm not going for this. I'm not going for any of this corporate BS. Understand something, 3 meals a day, 3 snacks a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, and understand, people aren't eating real food anymore. You know, the less man touches it, the more you want it. Okay, I'm going to tell you something. In the back of my place, I grow all my salad stuff. I grow my carrots. I grow my beets. Okay, do you understand? I can get it organic here for dirt cheap. But guess what? I'd rather have the dirt in my backyard. And I'm growing my own carrots, my own beets, my own celery, and all my own for the best salads in the world. I want to go out there and pick them fresh. Life. And then in the front of my house, I have a food forest. Right. Do you understand what that is, a food forest? Well, that's where everything just grows naturally, and I don't have to do the garden thing. It just grows, and you just pick it. You just come along and pick it, or it drops on the ground. You take it in the house and eat it. So whether that's mangoes, whether that's coconuts, and everything that grows in my area is going to be growing in my yard. And that's the way it's going to be. I'm going to have a food forest in the front, and then I have my garden in the back. And that's how you do it. Yeah. Think about what you can do. Please think about what you can do.
And use your imagination. There is so much information out there and how you can do it, even in the colder climates. You know, maybe there's a group of you that want to get together and have an enclosed garden that can produce all year. I remember when I was living in Bragg Creek, I could get fresh tomatoes from my neighbor because it was an enclosed garden. Yeah.
Just take it one step at a time, you know? But at least take one step at a time.
Yeah, exactly. Keep moving forward.
Okay, so we've established 85% of all your pain is right here. Yes or no?
Yes.
Right here and right down in the old groin area, right? Okay, all right. So how many women have vaginitis, which means that they've been pooping in their pelvis and it's leaking into their vagina? Is that what vaginitis is?
That is.
Vaginitis, unless you've just made love with someone and they went too hard, too long, too fast. If it's not that, you've got vaginitis, then guess what you've got? You've got inflammation because you've got infection. And where did the infection come from? Where did the rot come from? Where do you think it came from? It came from your large intestine that was leaking, and guess what? Do you know how many, oh my God, you're not going to believe this. Just like men are getting rectal cancer because they can't let go, do you know how it has come to become an epidemic with women with fistulas, where the large intestine, okay, the poop gets stuck. It's not how much comes out, baby. It's how much stays in. Do you get that? How many of you go, you know what? It's just a little bit more that could have came. Well, guess what? That's because there's not enough lubrication. You don't drink enough warm, structured water. And I'm telling you the truth. It's warm, structured water. It's not warm water, it's structured. Structured water will hydrate 1,000% better, right?
That's right. And then adding the electrolytes to it, so that would be our Beyond Ormus.
Yeah.
Right? And
yeah.
the Black Diamond.
Yeah, that would be this.
There we go.
And the Black Diamond is right here. Okay? All right?
So we've got these beautiful products here. This.
If you were to do these 3 things, and guess what? You can pick the water you like. It doesn't matter. Because understand something. If you watched my show the other day, you can't hydrate by just drinking tons of water. No. That's impossible. If you will not hydrate the body unless you have electrolytes which means those are trace minerals with highly charged electricity in them. And whether you believe it or not, those minerals, the best ones that are charged with electricity come off of Antarctic. And it's the melt-off, the natural melt-off that goes in the ocean. The plant life around that area actually takes the rock and makes it into plant minerals. And then we harvest those plant minerals, and that's what's in our ormus. And it's not just that. Our ormus is actually a 3-week process, because the way we work with it, it doesn't just work physically, it works emotionally, doesn't it? It really helps to just mellow you out. It helps to actually make you feel peace.
Oh. Ormus minerals are the spark of life.
They are.
And if you don't
not
have
minerals,
spark,
not trace minerals, because you could get concentrates. They're the biggest company in the world that make trace minerals, and theirs is full of mercury, and their electrical charge is very low. You can't have something that has heavy metals in it and think you're going to have a high electrical charge. Okay?
and this is not an expensive thing.
Oh, it's 40 drops a day if you're really doing good. But if you're not doing good, do 80 drops a day. That's 80 drops. How much money do you think you're spending?
Yeah, it's really not that expensive.
Yeah.
And if you have younger people or even older people that are fussy, you can put the drops in whatever you're cooking.
They'll never know. You could put the drops in the soup. You could put the drops in their food. You could drop it even in you can drop the drops into the roast beef, into the chicken. They won't taste it. It'll make it taste better, doesn't it?
It will.
You can drop it into the cake. You can drop it into the ice cream. They won't even know. You can drop it into their coffee. And understand, when I drink coffee, I always put 1 teaspoon of MCT C60, and I put a few drops of the Ormus minerals or a little pinch of the black diamond, okay? Mm-hmm. And that's if I'm out and about, if I do coffee, and I hardly ever drink coffee. But when I'm at home, I'll actually perk my coffee through black gold. And now you've just taken all the poisons. You won't have any anxiety, jitters from the coffee, and it alkalines it for you.
And that's the way it should be. And that's the way it should be. So if you want to have a coffee that's actually going to help your body.
And guess what? I don't care what people say. You can actually drink a coffee if it's got C60 in it, a pinch of black diamond, or you've run the water through a dripper with black gold. You're gonna go, wow, this is amazing coffee.
And it enhances
you go like
the flavor.
this up, and you come down like a plane. Not this, and not this.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just know these products are amazing. They work. And I have tried a lot of different products out there, and when I started using the DACA Detox stuff, it really blew me away on how effective they are. So I personally trust this, and I'm hanging on to absolutely every product that...
Okay, you're not fired. You can stay. Okay. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so just let's talk about this. And then I want someone to come on a show and challenge me. Okay, you ready? Are you ready for this? Hemorrhoids caused because of constipation. Hemorrhoids are caused because of constipation. The stagnation of the waist in the last 3 to 4 inches of the bowel is just down around the sigmoid, right? Okay? And what it does is the poop is eating away the lining, okay? And it's the thickening of the lining, and it's getting infected. And then when you go like this, okay, ready for this? Hiatal hernia. Hiatal hernia is caused because of constipation, right? That person's already rotting out. Anybody with a hiatal hernia, they're already rotting out in their pelvis. They're already on their way to prostate problems, bladder problems, ovarian cysts, endometriosis, infertility, okay? Bladder infections. Do you want me to keep going? Okay. So the reality is this, you got a hiatal hernia. It's because you do what? Well, you've got your diaphragm right here, right? Here's my diaphragm right here. Okay? So guess what? You didn't drink structured water. You didn't drink warm to hot structured water, and put just some Ormus minerals in the morning, and just a little pinch of black diamond in there. You didn't do that. And then guess what? And you didn't drink 16 ounces to a quart. I drink 1.5 quarts of warm to hot water before I do anything else. Anything else. What do animals do? Animals will get up in the morning. First thing they do, they go down to anywhere where the water is first. And they drink a lot of water, okay? And what does that do? They do the biggest bowel movement because they need to lighten their load, baby, okay? On a physical level and an emotional level so they can think. Don't tell me. Let me tell you something. This is how fast it works. It's called gut-brain connection. It's large intestine-brain connection. As soon as you have a big bowel movement, you don't even have to look at it. You can think clearer. Tell me I'm wrong. Why don't you tell me I'm wrong? You know what? You don't, there's no doctor out there will ever challenge me on this stuff because guess what? My grandfather died of bowel cancer, passed away with bowel cancer when I was 17. Okay, he was so impacted, his bowel was rotting out when he was in the hospital. We brought him home. I had to put on plastic gloves when I was 17. I was living with my mother and picking the poop out of his rectum. I'm not trying to gross you out. And we had to give him these enemas. And when we did these warm water enemas, because we didn't know better, but we knew we had to do something, it came out of there, smelled like death. And I'm telling you right now, when we got my grandfather moving in again with his bowels, he did not even feel like he had bowel cancer. And when he was in the hospital, we couldn't even beg them. All he would do was give him laxatives. And you know what that did to him? Caused so much back pain, so much bowel pain, hip pain, okay? And then he would throw up because it would stir it up. And do you know why? I'm not all over the place, but I am. Do you know why you have morning sickness, ladies? Because you're jammed up jelly tight. Yeah, that's right. You're constipated. That doesn't mean you don't go to the bathroom. It means that you are throwing up because you are eating foods that aren't healthy for you and you haven't cleaned out your colon, you haven't purged your liver enough to actually make room and make a very nice apartment for this newcomer coming into you called a spirit being that has to live in the middle of a sewer dump.
Oh, ouch. I wouldn't want to come in there either.
Well, how many women get pregnant and they are 10, 20, 30, 40 pounds overweight, or they've had hemorrhoids? How many women have hemorrhoids? They don't get hemorrhoids because they're pregnant. They get hemorrhoids because they're constipated.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. I got hemorrhoids because I'm pregnant. Oh, why don't we just do a check and find out if all women get hemorrhoids when they're pregnant? Okay? Why don't we? Or that they have bleeding from the rectum.
Probably the majority do, though, because this is an epidemic. It really is.
This is the only epidemic, pandemic, okay, is you're full of it up to your eyeballs, you know?
Exactly. And you wonder why your breath doesn't smell good. I mean, it's just bubbling, not bubbling up.
Any time of
steaming
the
up.
day, morning or night, I have breath that never smells. Remember the manure pile? Hot air rises.
Yeah, and
You know
gum
what?
disease, right?
You go to wake up, you go over, honey, can you give me a kiss? No, wait a minute, somebody pooped in your mouth just a minute ago, please. You know what? Maybe the toothbrush should have been going in the other end. What do you think?
That's kind of gross too.
Anyways, we're giving you all these visuals, okay, so that you never come on this platform again. No, I'm kidding. So that you understand what we're talking about. It's always been the Holy Grail. It's always been your large intestine. Let me tell you something. When your large intestine backs up, you back up your liver. When you back up your liver, you back up your lymph. How many people know that the lymph dumps into the what? Large intestine. How many people know that the liver cleanses, it dumps into the large intestine? Now, can it dump into a broken down large intestine that's toxic and in a coma?
No.
Most of you have a dead snake laying in here. Okay, so some of you have it where, you know, you have it down, hanging down, right? Like this. You ever see anybody hanging down here? Do you know what that is? What do you think that is? That's the large intestine falling down and it's out. So my transverse colon, believe it or not, I'm going to be 67. My transverse colon sits right where it should. Okay? Most people sits right about here, right? Right around the belly button area, right here. And then people that have a large intestine in a coma and they eat garbage, okay, their intestine sits here. Okay, I went to the mall, okay, I was at the mall when I was up in Texas, because that's where we live. We live in Texas, we live in Puerto Rico, we live here. And when I was in Texas, I went to the mall there, and oh my God, I said, Lori, and I was not picking on the guy, but he had his large intestine had actually stretched, and it was hanging down, and it looked like an elephant's snout. His t-shirt was to here, and it was hanging down like this. And I'm serious, it was this big, and it was hanging down past the t-shirt. Now, do you know how often he goes to a doctor and they don't know what to do for him?
Quite often, I would bet.
This guy was probably 350 pounds, 400 pounds. And guess what? And do you know what his doctor says? It's in your genes. What a pile. What a pile. It's in your genes. So understand something. Prostate problems, oh my God. His large intestine fallen down, which is compacting and pushing the small intestine down. So guess what? Here's the bladder. His bladder, I guarantee you this. Let me tell you this. Almost every man over the age of 50 gets up at night 3 or 4 times now, and he stumbles to the toilet. It's late at night. A few drops come out. That's it. And that's because everything is getting squished down. You understand? And remember something, you're absorbing your own waste, which is going into your body, which is going into your liver, which is going into your kidneys. And when it goes into your kidneys, okay, what do you think happens? What do you think happens? Well, infection, inflammation, calcification.
Kidney failure.
Yeah, and then eventually kidney failure. That's right. Why do you think there's so many kidney problems, guys? And understand something, if you just starting on kidney problems, well, emotionally you've got the fear of loss. That's where that revolves around. But the reality is this, there's just too much sugar, probably too much animal protein in your diet. And then we've got to go in there and clean the large intestine and purge the liver. And then we've got to get you on structured water. And it's got to be, guess what? Structured water hydrates 1,000% better than any other water. Also, when you structure your water, do you know that you get free hydrogen? So a lot of people go, well, buy a Kangen unit, that's only $4,000. Or you can buy this under $300 and it'll release hydrogen, free hydrogen, and it'll also structure the water, which a Kangen won't do, and it's got 1,000% better hydration than any other water. And we'll give you a 90-day money-back guarantee because we're that quacky, okay? So you do that, and then you put your Ormus minerals in it and a pinch of the black diamond, and then let me see you drink, and a lot of people go, well, you know, I've got kidney disease and I can't drink water. So guess what? So now you've got a kidney, you've got your kidneys, and because, what do? Well, they process
water.
Oh my God. And if they don't have a lot of water going through them, they will actually shrivel up like a raisin, and they will burn out. Okay? And then you get people that really stress out. You've got kidney disease, and now you're really getting stressed out. And guess what? And the adrenals sit on top of the kidneys like a cap. And every time you stress out, you're frying out your adrenals, but you're overheating your kidneys. Isn't that amazing? And they know all this too. Isn't that great? That's why the fear-mongering is getting worse, because it really works.
We've got to get off that fear train, you know, false evidence appearing real. We've got to start understanding how this body really works. I mean, we have so much information in the library. Go to docofdetox.com/library and check out Holy Crap. And, you know.
Yeah,
and
Holy Crap, the Holy Grail, check that out. And How to Become #1 at the Art of #2. Check out Spoiled Rotten. This is it's a bit of a humor story. And these are all masterclass. You can just sit back and watch a video. These are professionally done. And watch how the average couple lives. And then guess what? You'll see your husband, you'll see yourself, and you'll see why you're blowing up. You'll see why you don't have energy to go for walks, why you don't have energy for each other anymore, and why you think, oh my God, you know, we are getting old. No, you're not. You're rotten to the core. That means this is your core, and it's rotting out. Let me tell you something. That is where 98% of all problems come from. You know, the Royal Society of Medicine did a study, oh my God, back in the 50s, and they said, this is the medical system of Great Britain, and they said that 85% of all diseases come from a dysfunctional large intestine, and that's the medical system. What interferes with iron absorption? Oh, you're ready? Are you ready for this? You want to know, what interferes with iron absorption? The yeast turning into fungus in the large intestine, and mummy's bacteria is starting to fade away. And understand, you can take all the good bacteria you want, but that's not what you do. You know, a farmer doesn't put good bacteria into the soil to bring it back up, the bacteria. He puts minerals in there. Do you understand? That's the key. Remember what I told you about the black diamond and the black gold and the ormus and the beyond ormus minerals? Well, that what helps reinstate the bowel along with enough water, thank you very much. But the reality is it's your mother's bacteria is the only bacteria. Every other bacteria is foreign. Yeah, it can help to buffer things down, calm things down, but the reality is your immune system is based on mummy's bacteria and nothing else. You have 50 trillion cells, 500 trillion good bacteria, which 85% of them are bad bacteria now. And bad bacteria give off bad messages. Those messages go to your brain and give you bad thoughts, bad nightmares, bad moods. Oh, isn't it great? I love living with constipated people. Oh, I'm not constipated. Yes, you are.
It's the medical system. I remember reading somewhere online, and it said the medical system considered constipation when you're only going once a week. You're having one bowel movement a week.
Yeah, but even one a day is really bad. Okay, let me tell you something. A healthy baby has 20 minutes after every meal. I have 3 bowel movements a day, and you're going to go, well, that can't be true. He said he only drinks all day long and has 1 meal a day. Well, I have 2 to 3 bowel movements every morning. And if you saw them, you would see I have 2 to 3 bowel movements this big. That can't be true. That can't be true because he didn't eat all that food. No, I drank all that liquid. So whether you believe this or not, have you ever heard of people having little rabbit turds come out?
Yeah.
Did you know that little rabbit turd is a compact of a 6-inch bowel movement dehydrated? Did you hear me? A 6-inch bowel movement is, okay, well, if you don't believe me, the next time that somebody does a rabbit turd, I'm going to hit you in the head with it. And it's going to hurt. It's really...
It's so dehydrated.
It's hard. So I'm going to hit you with a raisin turd.
A hard raisin turd.
Yeah, that's right. So let me tell you something. And then you've got the people that have the ribbons that come out. Well, that's because you have inflammation and your bowel is inflamed and it's closing down on itself. Or you've got an adhesion wrapping around and choking your bowel off. Any woman that's ever had a cesarean, she is screwed.
Yeah, because the scar tissue, it's not, and sometimes too, the scar tissue can be up or across. But the scar tissue has legs on it, and it's
2 to 3 inch. That's what it grows because it was trauma. Remember something, you may not believe this, but every cell has a brain, a kidney, liver, okay? It has a nervous system, it has emotions, and now you just went and knifed it. You know, when you get knifed, if you were awake and I knife you, what would that do? Would you just stay calm and go, oh, it's okay, you know?
Yeah, no.
Well, what do you think all the cells are doing here? They're freaking out.
Yeah, we've forgotten how beautiful these bodies are and how well they respond, you know, even to the bad stuff, but the good stuff. You know, our bodies were created...
It's not a meat suit. It's not a meat suit. So why don't you meet your suit and love it?
Exactly. We have just numbed out our body. You know, every chance we get, we are either thinking about what we're going to do tomorrow, what happened yesterday, and that's numbing what's happening now, or we're on some kind of drug to numb out the pain, or to do who knows what. And all these drugs are driven from oil.
Yeah. So guess what? You're getting a lube job.
But not really. But not really. Not really. Because it's the oil from the ground that the wells are producing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we want to really come back and take care of these bodies. We want to be able to hear those little aches and little pains, because those are our GPS. That's telling us where there's a problem.
Messages of love. You know, I love you. Can you stop drinking so much and eating so much sugar? You don't see what it's doing to you. So, you know, she's going to say now, why don't you just shut up and mind your own business?
Yeah.
And that's what most people are going to say. So what do you do when your body starts telling you, please, you're out of alignment, do you think you could love me? You tell it to shut the hell up. You try to shut it down with food, you try to shut it down with tokes, you try to shut it down with alcohol, you try to shut it down with pain medication. How am I doing? Okay, so understand something. If we were married and she tells me to shut up when I care for her and I'm just saying I'm really worried about you, why don't you shut up, Daryl? Okay, all right, first there's dis-ease between us, which creates diseases, thank you very much. And then guess what? Eventually things die in the body, disease, then they die in the body because they can't take it. Yeah. All right, so now our relationship dies, just like your body. And you're ruining the best relationship you'll ever have, and the most important one was with yourself. And then we will eventually separate. Everybody calls it divorce. So you will be divorced from your body, and you will be forced to leave here before your time. You get this? Yeah. I hope you get this. And understand something. You've been taught to disrespect yourself, dishonor yourself, and not love yourself. Most of you will never ever have unconditional love and care for yourself first and foremost. So you'll never teach your children how to do it. You'll never teach your children how to care for themselves, but you have taught your children that they should drink alcohol on weekends. You have taught them that, guess what, whenever we get together and celebrate anything, we will poison ourselves and each other. Yes or no?
That's the truth.
Okay, so understand, you have been programmed to off yourself, off your family. So you're either the family curse or the family blessing. And I'm not trying to be hard on you. I'm trying to tell you this is how they're winning. Okay, let me tell you something. They're not after me. They've already tried. Have they?
That's true.
They tried everything they could to destroy my business a year and a half ago. Everything they could. They told everybody I was murdering people. I was poisoning people, stealing people's money. So I said, come and get me then. But they couldn't do it because it was just a TV show. And they can say whatever they want and get away with it.
Yeah.
Listen, most of my colleagues that I break bread with, they've been attacked just like me. And guess what? Bring it on. Because at the end of the day, we are not backing down. There is no authority over us. And guess what matters? You matter. You matter. Your health matters. Your questions matter. And you can question us, can't you?
That's
Don't
right.
trust us. You don't have to trust us, but at least question us. And then let us earn your trust and show you that most of the things we tell you, it's not you spending money with us, is it?
No, there's so much information you can get for free. And all you've got to do is go to the library, pick up the phone, give us a call. If you
get a $150 consultation, which Lorraine's going, if you can't get $150, you know what, Lorraine, everybody eats junk all week long.
That's right.
They smoke, they toke, they eat chips, they eat ice cream, they drink beer, they drink wine. They waste money, they buy processed foods that cost a fortune, and then you're going to say $150, you get a consultation, and you get lifetime support. And you get all our information free.
Yeah. And it's changing people's lives because most people don't see how they can ever get out of this 20-foot hole that they're in. And this is a lifeline. $150? What are you worth? What are you worth? Right? What are you worth? Start somewhere. Start doing it. $150 is nothing. Some people would spend that nowadays. A family dinner out would probably be about $80, $90. So a few extra dollars and you've got that consultation. And this is support.
Okay, now you're overdoing it. First you said I understand you don't have any money, and now you're trying to sell it. Make up your mind.
I was going to say before.
Which one do you guys like? Which one do you like? The one where you can't afford it, or now?
I was going to say before they could download the Perfect Day Manual.
Yeah, that's right. Right here, look at this.
Yeah.
The Perfect Day Manual. It's called pdgfree.com. I'll give you more information than your practitioner ever gave you. And if you actually learnt everything in there, you're not going to find a practitioner that can ever run you around the block again, because 1 and 1 are 2, not 11.
And the download is free. Now, if you're like me and you prefer to have a book, I'm kind of old school that way. I like to be able to dog ear those corners, highlight things.
We're
and-
charging $6 above cost, $75 delivered right to your door. That's 75 US, guys. But that's delivered right to your door. And this is a big book, isn't it?
It is.
It's 550 pages, lots of pictures, lots of definitions. I mean, an 8-year-old could understand it, and your 8-year-old reads it, okay? Take your 8-year-old with you when you go to the hospital and go to the doctor, because your 8-year-old will protect you.
Exactly, because they'll know more than you
They
because they're
will,
reading
and
the
the
book.
doctor. You know, you actually believe that a medical doctor's in the health business. Are you like, really? I mean, please, please. A medical doctor's emergency care, that's 2%. They should only be involved in 2% of healthcare. But did you ever notice that they create most of the mess? They do. And understand something, if you took on the perfect day and you actually learned how to love yourself and care for yourself, you don't need us either.
No.
If you knew how to do body work and get rid of the scar tissue and get the calcium back into the bones, and you know how to love, honor, and respect yourself, we're out of work. That's
right.
it. We're done.
That's right.
We will never be done. I hope you know this. Right now, 92% of the population has an autoimmune disease. Nobody can even keep up with this fire. Nobody can even keep up with it. And guess what? Most of the natural health practitioners don't talk like I do, don't take a stand like I do. They play Inky Dinky Schnitzel House. And that's okay, because they want to stay safe. In this time, in this period in life, there's no time to stay safe. There's time to wake people up. Let me tell you something. I'm here to wake up the lions. I'm not here to go herd the sheep. So understand, I get it. There's only 1 out of 10,000 people out there that even want to hear from me.
So you've got a choice. You can stay with
Watch
the herd.
us or turn us off.
That's one of the choices. But you can stay with the herd and keep walking down that sick care road, or you can start challenging yourself and do baby steps in the right direction. Download that book, purchase that book, get yourself a perfect day consultation.
Yeah, download the Ultimate Healing Guide, the Perfect Day Guide, pdgfree.com. And when you go there, we also give you the Healthy to 100. It's my best-selling book, and it's in a PDF. And if you want to buy it, it's $15. Woo! Yeah, you probably can't buy that either. Okay, all right. And then this is free. This is the Advanced Water Fast to prove that water fasting is dangerous.
Not when you do an advanced water fast.
No.
We got you covered, or you got you covered. When you start giving your body what it needs, even when you're fasting with water. You know, so we've got products that don't turn on your digestion, but support
make
the body.
more stem cells than you can shake a stick at, and create autophagy right down to eating up those fibroids tumors.
Exactly. So you want to be able to do the best of the best.
And we'll be doing that in 6 weeks, right?
That's right. The next one.
Yeah, but when you see Lorraine next time, she'll be up in cold Canada.
I will be.
And I'll be down here barefooting it in shorts.
Okay, I'm soaking it in as much as I can, barefoot beach. While I'm here, I got another, not very many days. I think it's the 11th today.
She goes on Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday. That's right.
Yeah. We're going to make sure she gets to the airport because we want her out of town. Okay. So anyways, let's ask some questions here. I have seen those things. Wait, no. I don't know the parasites are controlling me and the pain I have. Time to change this. Is it true that Canadians can't fly now?
I haven't heard that.
No, that's not true. You know what? I'm going to tell you something. The fear mongering. I hope you know that there wasn't one time that I didn't fly.
Yeah.
Did I fly the whole time during COVID?
Well, me too.
And did I ever get this? No. But did I know how to do it? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, understand something. Think outside the box, or better still, get rid of the damn box.
That's right. And
stop
stretch.
it. There's no authority over Daryl Wolf or Lorraine. That's it. This is our world. We're not giving it up. And we're going to make sure that we are brave hearts, and we're going to show you the way. We will roar. We will roar. Yeah, if you didn't watch me when COVID was on, I would come into an airport and they would do the arrive the Rive
Can.
I would never do it. I would never download it. You should have saw the incidents. It was the best. Okay? All right? I got, me and Lori, between the two of us, we got $12,000 in fines. Okay? You know I paid them, right? We don't have to pay them. These are rules for fools. None of this is law. It would never even go to court. Can you guys stop getting scared? Okay, do you know why that we have spent $220,000 in 4 years? We're coming out with Braveheart app. We are going to speak the way we want to speak. We are going to do the way we want to do it. We are going to have every controversial person in the world coming on and doing their own show on Braveheart Nation app. It's coming out in 6 weeks. Nobody's going to hog tie me ever again. Nobody's going to say, you just got a strike, Daryl. You're not allowed on YouTube for a month. You're not allowed on Facebook for a week, whatever the case. Blah, blah, blah. Go spank yourselves. Okay. All right, here we go.
Thank yourself.
Huh?
And then thank yourself for moving on.
That's right. Okay, so anyways, like I said, Karen, you can do all the parasite cleanses you want. Until you change your personality, you won't change your reality. Your thoughts create everything. Whether you want to believe this, there's not a person in North America that has to be poor on any level. You know, you keep putting it out there. You know what? I just make enough to pay my bills. I just make enough to pay my bills. You know what? I've been sick with this all my life. This is genetic. I can't seem to get well. Nobody loves me. You know, every time I just about to get well, I fall back again. Really, really. You know what? Your thoughts are everything. Your words are everything. What you think is everything. All right, I can tell you right now, I've been there. Lorraine's been there.
I have.
Lorraine has been there. Okay, I don't even know how she got here.
Pure determination.
That's
and
right.
taking one step at a time.
And saying, guess what? How long did it take for you? How many years did it take for you to buy into the Kool-Aid of unconditional love and care for yourself?
About 4 years, and I still have my little bit, you know, and then I get back up again. And then
Have you seen me ever with a little bit, anything like that?
No.
It'll never
But you've
happen.
been doing it a long time.
Oh, I know that. No, it's not because I'm no better. I've just done it longer.
Yeah.
I've done it for a long time, you know. I've done it for a quarter of a century. All right? Can you come and check the phone, please? All right, so let's go. Let's answer some of these questions, and then we'll say goodbye, because at 6 o'clock we come on with our time. But 7 o'clock Eastern time, we come on with our practitioners all over the world. Just know this, guys. If you came even to, here, before we will answer the questions. I just wanted to show this, though. If you, here, hold on a second. Let me go down. I'll go through this at the end. Better still. Let me go through it at the end with you. My apologies if I'm making everybody see double. Okay? Where was I? Oh, yeah. Let's answer the questions.
Yeah.
So, what can a woman do to her C-section scar to break the legs that are choking her internal organs? I'm going to tell you the God's truth. You can't do anything. Unless you're willing to get non-surgical, unless you're willing to use a cell sonic, you're not getting rid of them. No. Okay. And then I still want you to do the advanced water fast. And I want you to do that at least 6 times in a row every 2 months. And then I want you to do vaginal infusions, ultimate coffee enema, and get on the perfect day diet. You do that and they're gone and you'll be as good as new. But I'll tell you one thing, if you get Wolf non-surgical, because we're the only ones that can get rid of scar tissue with our technique that I've ever seen within minutes. Minutes.
That's true.
I said minutes. We'll give you a money back guarantee no matter what your condition is, that we will outperform anything that you believe that we could even do.
Yeah.
If we can't do that on the first treatment, money back. Now, if you come and get the Wolf non-surgical, and I've got Wolf non-surgical therapists all over the world, if you come and get the Wolf non-surgical and you get Cell Sonic as well, you're going to get up and you're going to go, wait a minute. This has taken 25 minutes and I feel alive. I feel I've got my life back. Remember I said that. It's on video. And guess what? If I even lie a little or stretch the truth, don't worry. People attack me as if it's like the hyenas feeding off a carcass. Is it true?
It's true.
Yeah, they
It's
come for
true.
me. Because guess what? Just know this. How would you like it if you were a practitioner? You can't make these statements. Massage therapists can't. Acupuncturists can't. I have a doctorate in acupuncture. I was a registered massage therapist. As soon as I got out of school, I became one. I've got a doctorate in acupuncture. No physiotherapist does this. No chiropractor does this. They're great, but they don't get rid of scar tissue. They just try to push the joint back in, and because it's a scar tissue issue and everything is shrinking, it just pops out, and that's why you go twice a week or once every 2 weeks. That's right. And you're only good till the next treatment. How's that? Well, guess what? We do a whole different ball game here. Scar tissue leaves the body. When you finally don't get rid of the scar tissue, you get the blood back in, you get the light energy electrical frequency back in. And guess what? We can do it in 25 minutes. Anybody would like to come to me, I'm in Ixtapa, Zihuatanejo, Mexico, and if you want to come on live, I'll take the challenge, won't I? I don't care if you're talking a fibroid, you're talking a knee problem, an ankle problem, any problem, right?
That's true.
Absolutely any problem. And I'll work on you for free just to show the rest of the world that we've been sucker punched and you're so far away from the marker. But understand, don't think that you can go and tell your family about me. He's a quack. He's after our money. Because understand something, the subconscious only has one job, and that's to stop a new belief system from coming in. And my belief is so far from what an average practitioner is that they can't comprehend this.
That's true. That's true.
Well, we're the only clinic I know that give a money-back guarantee here in Ixtapa, Zihuatanejo at our healing retreat, or all the practitioners that do Wolf non-surgical, they offer it too, don't they?
They do.
That's
all
right.
of us.
All of them.
us. Yeah, and the practitioners that have the Power Pack, the Cell Sonic, the Cardio Med Bed, it's
life-changing. You
That's
have
what I
no
was gonna
idea.
say.
How would you like to go on the Cardio Med Bed and after 35 hours, you were told you had to have what? Heart surgery and it's canceled? Really?
Yeah.
How about I have a knee replacement or a hip replacement, I'm bone on bone and it's canceled? How about I need a rod in my spine because I have scoliosis? Or I have some other situation, bone on bone? How about I have a slip disc, which there is no such thing? What did it do, fall in your underwear? You know what? It just gets to be so insane. It's insane. All right. Parasites, like I said, nobody needs to do a parasite cleanse. They need a high vibrational lifestyle, and that's what we teach.
That's right. From the moment you rise until you gently close your eyes.
That's what we teach. Well, I'm not going to pay the 150. Well, then guess what? Then go pay 150 4 times a year to get rid of your parasites.
See how that works.
Yeah, yeah. All right. What can a woman do with her C-section? We already talked about that. You can clap it. You can do a perfect day diet. You can do advanced water fasting, but you're never going to get the results until you see a non-surgical therapist. And if you can get Cell Sonic in the first treatment, like I said, and the Cell Sonic, you are going to be so like, every woman should know about this. Every woman, and that's right. Okay. I eat a bit of sugar, mostly chocolate, so I agree with you. First of all, Karen, get rid of the chocolate. And Karen, I've known you for a long time, and I believe that you eat a lot more sugar than that, sweetie. Okay, with the things that you say and the way that you speak, okay, you need to really go in and do my emotional Braveheart masterclass. It's free to everyone. It used to be $1,200. It's free to everyone. It's in my library. Everything's free now. All my master classes are free right now. All right, go in and do that because Karen, I think you're all over the place with your emotions, to be honest with you. I don't do any of those things except that damn chocolate to deal with stress. I told you, I knew you, Karen. You're so stressed out because guess what? You worry about what people think. You worry about the end of the world. You need approval. You need people to love you. You got to love yourself and then people will love you, won't they?
That's
Do
right.
people love you more when you love yourself?
They do. They see that. They see that inner glow that's just inviting them. to come close and
You know,
get
it's
to know
very
you.
scary when we look at people like a big nipple and we just want to suck on them. And that's what families do, don't they? Right? Okay? All right? You know what? Fill up your own heart. Love yourself. Wear a smile. Mind your own business. Okay? That's learning how to fly.
That's right. First, love yourself.
Okay. Lorraine is a rock star. Okay.
Yay. Thank you.
Fine. Let me see who this is. Okay. This is Lone Sky. Okay. Rafa, I want you to block Lone Sky. I'm kidding. Never liked her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Send me the book, please. Lone Sky. Send you the book. Well, if you go to the store, it's $75. That's shipping anywhere in North America.
That's right.
And guys, I want you to go and get this book and then go to any printer and ask them what it would cost to make this beautiful. This is a beautiful work of art. You can put it on your table and be proud of it.
And you should.
And guess what? You are going to get quoted anywhere from $125 to $225, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful book
Okay.
with tons of health information. You
And it
won't
will
put
rock
it down.
your world more than any other book. But don't buy it first. Get to pdgfree.com,
And
right?
Then you'll know what you're getting.
Yeah. Okay. I knew when I was 5 that medical doctors were not something to be near and would hide under a chair pushed into it by my mother's generation. Me too, everyone else. They did the best they could. Fear, false evidence appearing real. Fear is what they sell, and if you do anything out of fear, you're getting it up the rear. That's it. You are. Think about every time you make a decision,
Yeah.
a fearful decision. How does it work out, Lorraine?
Yeah, it doesn't.
That's right.
It does not.
Yeah.
It does not.
Yeah.
You need to be able to come from the heart anytime you want to make a decision that might be a little bit more difficult for whatever reason.
Put your hand on your heart
Yeah.
and know that that which created the universe has always loved you completely and never judged you. That might help you.
Yeah.
And guess what? Some of you won't want to do it because you believe if you actually believe that you're off the hook, you probably would be going to hell for sure.
And
I'll actually have people come on here and go, "You're going to hell forever, Daryl." Oh, okay. Thanks for that.
like what Daryl said earlier, we have to be careful of our thoughts and our words. Our thoughts are very powerful. Everything carries energy, but our words are even more powerful.
Why do we get upset because somebody else's beliefs don't match ours? Do you think I care that the majority of the population's beliefs will never match mine? No, I'm going to love them anyway. And you know what? Those people that I don't want them to match mine. I want them to fall in love with themselves and stop hurting themselves. That's it. They don't have to match mine.
That's when this is all over. When as a human race, we stop hurting ourselves and each other. That's when this is all over.
Yeah, so don't ask me what religion I am, because guess what? We are universal here. That's
One
what we
law,
are. One law,
love.
one love. Okay?
Yeah.
All right? And I only said that because somebody just asked me what religion I am, because you know why? They want to check what religion I am, and then if I say the right religion, they're probably gonna come to me. Well, it's true. Yeah. Okay. Just heard this today, Trudeau, but really didn't believe it. Oh yeah, okay, whatever. Okay, this is about not flying, not being allowed to fly, okay? All right, so anyways, how does it feel being scared by people all the time? We're not gonna let you fly. We're gonna come for your kids. Didn't they say that? Well, then you come for my kids and find out what you're gonna get. You come for my kids and you'll find out what you're going to get. Seriously.
Yeah.
You know what? They can say anything. And you know what? I'm going to tell you. Everything that they say, they know they're bloody well ridiculous. They go, if we're totally ridiculous and we just scared the living crap out of them, we only really want 25, but the way we're looking, we'll probably get 50% of everything that we want. Seriously, guys. Seriously. What a bunch of mental retards coming together, okay? And their psycho plans. It's like, who can be the most psycho?
Exactly.
what could we tell them to do that's really stupid and see if they do it? Oh, I know. Let's see if they'll actually wear a mask for 3 years. Wow.
Yeah.
And then tell them that there's this thing that's going to kill them that's not even alive. Because guess what? They won't even look in the dictionary to look up what the definition of a virus is. Oh my God. So the reality is this, is you may not like me, but I love you. And I'm outrageous for one reason, because at least one person today will probably wake up, and that will make me feel like I've accomplished something.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay, I'm not going to do that. Can you fix a patella subluxation in the knee? I don't want surgery. Oh, I don't know. Let's say, okay, 10 minutes. Did you hear me? 10 minutes. It's a scar tissue issue. Don't you get this? Okay, so every tendon, every ligament, every muscle, okay, can become a scar tissue issue. Your cartilage, even if there's only 10% or 2% left, will grow back. Oh, nobody told you that. Oh, and then most of the time, you still have your cartilage there, but it's calcified, and they think it's bone on bone because it shows that on the x-ray. Oh, listen, I am so wanting a surgeon or a doctor to come on and actually, can you come and check this phone again? I think we're violated TikTok. So we're done for a while. Carla? Yeah. Okay, so what did I say? Oh, I would love a surgeon to come on, because guess what? Whether you want to believe this or not, but 95% of all surgery never has to get done. Did you get that?
Yes, and exactly. We want to be able to be our own practitioners. You know your body better than anyone else. So start learning about how to support it.
You need to be your own lover. You need to be your own practitioner. You need to be your own hero. Why don't you tell them about the Braveheart Heroes contract, and then we're going to have to close off here.
What we recommend you do is to write a Braveheart Heroes contract, and every single day. So this is all of the things that you want to be, you want to see in your life. All of these things, how you're going to do life. And then every single day you're going to read through it and tweak it a little bit. So by the end of 33 days, you are going to have such a rock solid contract. It's a map of where you're going, where your thoughts are, how you're going to do life, what you want to bring into your life, and start being that. You know, we're not supposed to be human doings. We're supposed to be human beings.
And guess what? You know what that means? I want. No, you don't want. I am. You need to be there now, but that's lying. No, it's not. It's using your imagination. If you tell the creator of everything, this is what you want, this is where you are, it's like, whoa. The creator goes, wow, I guess we're behind.
Yeah.
Right?
We better catch up.
You better catch up.
Those I am statements are powerful.
Yes, I am beautiful. I am a master at this. I am abundant. And you need to act like it. You know what? Let me tell you something. What does a depressed person act like?
He just reads a script.
They're depressed.
Oh, I thought you said oppressed.
A depressed person acts depressed, yes or no? And do they tell everyone they're depressed?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
So
I'm depressed. Why? I don't know. Well, because they've been telling themselves the same terrified story all the time. And listen, we're not making fun of depressed people.
No.
Because understand something, we need to help them change their belief systems. You're not a depressed person. You are a hero. We need to teach them things. Why don't people do this? Get a Braveheart Love Band. Go read about it in the 12 Loving Steps. It's in the pdgfree.com guide. Go find out about how a love band works. Go look at the mirror work. Go look at the couples connection for couples. Go look at the Lionheart breathing and the slight smile. Just do those things I just said, and if I said to you, you have to do them from the moment you rise till you close your eyes, you change your life. and then you go home at night and you write that Braveheart contract. Hey, listen, if you truly unconditionally loved and cared for yourself, and you actually thought that that which created the universe wants you to have whatever you want to have to fulfill your passion, your purpose, your dream, what would that look like? Okay, so you got to get rid of the sinner stuff. You got to get rid of the failure stuff. You got to get rid of nothing ever works for me and start talking differently. That's how it goes. I don't care if you're in a wheelchair, you've got a cane, a walker, you're wearing Depends. None of this has to happen. Most of this can be turned around. Most people will go, I hate my life, I hate my life, I hate my life, and guess what? And then they get to the point that they start to die. Oh my God, I'm going to die, I'm going to die. You better watch your mouth, you better watch your thoughts, and you better start, well, I don't want to talk like that, Daryl, because that would be telling lies. Well, when you call yourself an idiot, that's a lie. You're not an idiot. You have an idiot thought, that's all. When you call yourself stupid, you're not stupid. You have a stupid thought you're running, and that's a stupid program because somebody called you stupid or an idiot when you were younger, and they did it long enough and strong enough that that's what you do. They don't need to be around anymore. You're doing it for them. You need to stop it. And when you call yourself an idiot, you push yourself down, you go, 3, 2, 1, I got this. That's the old me. I love myself unconditionally. And if you are with someone and they call you an idiot or they disrespect you physically, emotionally, or mentally, you get away from them. Yeah, but I've been married for 30 years to him or her. Get away from them.
Yeah, it's not serving you any good. It's not. It's bringing you down, and the more down you get, the harder it is to get back up. We are giants drowning in 2 feet of water. All we have to do is stand up on our feet.
Yeah, and
see how powerful
but it's
we
an
are.
inner standing.
It is.
Not an outer standing. Because you know, when somebody says to you, do you understand me? No, I don't. I will never stand under you. That's what that means. Do you understand me? No. I understand myself, thank you. I don't need you as an authority.
Exactly, and we've got to be our own authority. You know you best. You know what you need to do. Start putting little sticky notes around the house.
That's all you do, eye level, okay? Did anybody go into the PDG guide yet? Because they're in there. I've got a list of about 100 to 150 sticky notes to put all around your house at eye level. And guess what? You start writing them and you'll become that.
Yeah.
And guess what? But then you're going to have family members and friends that won't like you loving yourself because they were using you. And they didn't know it. They didn't use you on purpose, but you used them too. Okay?
That's right. That's where you thought you were getting your love from.
Right now, we use each other. I'm using Lorraine. Lorraine's using me, but we're using each other for the good, not using each other for the bad and draining each other. Oh, you're suffering. Oh, that's too bad. You know, once we get done talking about your suffering, can I talk about mine? No, don't want to hear it. Okay, all right, let me see.
Get a new program.
So anyways, I need a new NWP because Sharon left. So I choose Lorraine. Fine. Lone Sky, choose Lorraine.
There you go.
Okay, and if you can't get Lorraine, call me. 469-861-8884. You can call me. I mean, I answer all my calls, don't I?
He does.
I'll get to them.
He does.
And I'll call you back. All
Or
right? And understand something, everyone. You need to get this. Nobody gets the same master consultant for life. They may not live as long as you. They may move away. They may jump off a cliff. The reality is you can, anybody that's done a consult with us just comes to me, or they can pick another consultant. They can pick Sandra. They can pick Simran. They can pick Todd. I mean, okay.
Yeah.
Question for folks that can't access you, what can be done for the knee issues? I'll tell you what, I will do on how to fix the knee tomorrow. But understand something. If you're a victim, don't watch the show. You're just wasting my time, and I'm telling you the truth. You know, almost, okay, first of all, anybody that has a knee brace doesn't need it, ankle brace, elbow brace. Anybody that has a cane doesn't need it. Now, I'm not telling you if you just had surgery, but the reality is most surgery is caused because you don't know how to look after yourself. So you better get that. and understand something. I don't care. Is there someone in Ixtapas, Watanago, where we have the World Healing and Training Center? Okay, this is where our retreat is. People come from all over the world to us. Go check it out. Go to personaltreatmentandtraining.com if you want Dr. Sage Wolf to come to you to certify you, or to do a personal treatment and training for whether you're a couple, whether you're a family. Go look at that. If you want to come to us, go to DOD, okay, number 5, that's DOD5star.com if you want to come to our retreat down here. And go take a look at what we offer. We offer a lot. You can have everything from a relaxing holiday with the best juices, best food, best energy medicine, best treatment, or if you want to come down and learn the non-surgical and learn how to create a perfect day and become your practitioner so you can heal your family, we've got about 8 different programs to offer you, okay? I will do the knee tomorrow.
Awesome.
What's tomorrow? Tuesday. I will do the knee tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. All right.
There you go.
And the reality is I'm going to show you how to do it. Okay. And that's it. So everybody get yourself a shot glass. Get a shot glass. Get some MCT coconut oil or just coconut oil. And get a shot glass. Do you have a clapper? You're going to need a clapper. Okay. This is a clapper. You're going to need DMSO gel, and you're also going to need Pain Away Essential Oil and Muscle Restore. And guess what? It's not a lot of money. And and then I'm going to show you. So if you haven't ordered it, after tomorrow you might want to order it. Okay? All right. Anything you want to say to them?
Just, you know what? Our body knows how to heal. It's this thing here that's forgotten the body can heal. So all we've got to do is
I never forgot. It was programmed out of you. You came with it. It was programmed out of you by your government and by your medical system. Yeah. And it's also programmed out of you by even health practitioners. It's also programmed out of you by your parents. It's also programmed out of you by your friends. It's also programmed by you out of commercials. It's also programmed out of you by the majority of the population, which means only 1 out of 10,000 people actually believe that they can have it all. 1 out of 10,000, and that's the truth, isn't it? Yeah. 1 out of 10,000 knows they can have it all on this planet. And you are enslaved by your beliefs, and that's it. So mind your business. Start looking at yourself and observing yourself, not judging yourself, and start paying attention to that. And you never did pay attention to yourself. You paid attention to everyone else because you thought that if you suffered long enough and strong enough and worked hard enough for everybody else, you'd get the love you want. How's that working for you? Not so good. Okay.
Good.
There was something here I needed to say. Oh, yeah. Somebody asked, when's the next sale? Okay, there is a sale on right now. And tomorrow. It is the iodine. We have the biggest iodine. Okay, just so you know, we're not doing this again. We're moving, aren't we?
Yeah.
We're moving our 3 fulfillments to Texas, where we're going to have 1 fulfillment and a training center. So for United States, everyone, if you don't come to Stewart, right, Florida in June to get the Wolf non-surgical certification or the Wolf or the Whole Life Coach certification, or come for the 3-day masterclass with Lorraine and Simran, then you're going to have to come to Texas after that. The only place we're going to teach is in Texas, and it's near Prosper, Texas, because we have our own training center, which we have all our own equipment, and then we're going to have the Cellsonic there, the cardio med bed there. We'll have everything there. But the last course, you might want to come to Stewart. That's it. And then in Canada, we're only going to be teaching in Kelowna, British Columbia. That is, the next course will be there. And the reality is I was supposed to do a course there. We may do one in the fall, but the only reason why I'm not going to do one in Canada right now is because of the Prime Minister is totally psycho, and he works for an evil entity. And I believe that Canada is going to become unbearable in a few months. And I think that most people are going to be gobsmacked. Is that what you call it? Gobsmacked?
Gobsmacked.
Gobsmacked. I've never said that one, but I didn't know what. I've never said that before, but that word is the word, because they are going to be gobsmacked, because he's going to be telling the most lunacy things. because he just works for an evil entity, and because Canadians have always said this, what can I do about it? They're in trouble. Okay? And as far as United States goes, like I said, we'll be doing it in Texas because they're willing to stand up for themselves. Thank God. That's why I live there and here. Okay? Let me see. What else? But Ixtapa, Zihuatanejo, we have the most beautiful retreat down here, don't we? It's the most beautiful retreat. You will never go anywhere that the healing will happen so quick and it will be so beautiful, because we love you already. But you need to love yourselves. And we will teach you from any level, emotional, nutritional, physical, right? You can do cell sonic, cardio med bed. You can learn how to do the non-surgical, or you could come and say, you know what? I'm going to come down to the healing retreat, and all I want to do is just do vegetable juicing, organic. I want to eat properly, and I don't mind. I'll get some non-surgical treatments, some cell sonic treatments, but I don't want any training. I just want to sit by the pool there, and I want to just enjoy all the red light therapy, the Bioptron, the Avicin. I want to enjoy the vibrational machines there, and then I want to be able to get on the electric bicycles that they have there and be able to go on those 75 miles of trails, or go to the beach, which is only 5 minutes away, or the crocodiles, right?
Yeah, yeah. So you just want to pamper yourself in a loving, healthy environment.
So anyways, the iodine sale starts tonight, 1 minute to midnight. And the only reason why we're doing it is because guess what? We took everything that, okay, so we're in a fulfillment house. They charge us for picking it. They charge us for packing it. And then they charge us extra for shipping it out because they don't want us to lose our business. So what we're doing is you get 30% off if you, I hope I'm saying this right. You get 30% off of the iodine if you buy one. If you buy two, you get 40. Yeah. If you buy 3 or more, you get 50% off. This isn't happening again. So ever. Stock up in the iodine. The iodine is good for 3 years, and it doesn't, once it opened, just put the lid back on and you can get the big 16-ounce bottle if you want, but it will last for 3 years. Okay? All right? I think that's it for today.
Yeah, I think we've covered everything that
we've got to be on with our practitioners. And understand, if you ever come get a personal treatment and training, with that, you will learn how to do the non-surgical. You'll get the manuals. You won't be certified, but you'll know how to work on yourself and your family, and I mean it. You'll be the best practitioner they ever had. And you will be able to also, you will get our products at a discount, but you'll also be welcome to come on every training every week, right?
That's right.
Every training every week for the rest of your life. And I will be your consultant. Ooh. Or someone else if you don't want me. But I'm here. You know, I might come on here and roar, but yeah.
We love you guys.
Yeah, we love you guys. And you know what? We roar because we want you to find your roar, because you're so much more. And understand something. When you become a lion and a Braveheart, all the dogs barking, you'll never hear them. Okay? But we hear you. 3, 2, 1. We love you. God bless.